Okay. All right. So welcome everyone. Hi, Sabra. I'm going to start with something positive, either something that you're grateful for, something that you accomplished, something that you're looking forward to, just some like the John Krasinski show that, some good news. So if anybody wants to share some good news, I would love to hear it. And we'll start off with that. Then I'm going to do the meditation. And then if anybody wants some support or to share more fear-based kind of issues that you're struggling with, we'll do that afterwards. So whoever doesn't want to be on the call for that can get off. So Bonnie, did you have something good that you wanted to share?
Yes, I'll share something positive. Is that I prior to all this stuff going on, I started looking into the lease was ending on my car, and then it was obviously really complicated. There's been like a gazillion logistics you can't even imagine because you can't get an inspection, you can't do this, crazy negotiations, blah blah blah. And then I kind of knew it made sense to maybe not get the new car because I could keep waiting, get a better deal. And then I just said, screw it. It happens to be my birthday tomorrow, and obviously there's different things, positive and negative. And I was like, you know what? I really love that car. It came in before my son and I had visited the car when it was in the lot. And I'm picking it up Saturday morning. So I said, screw it. Why should I just not get the new car that I wanted to get, even though it might not make the most sense and it's sitting here, and it'll be just fun to have something fun and new. And I'm really excited for the car.
Yeah, so that's great. Sometimes something fun and new can really just change your mood a little bit. I was saying last week I got my furniture delivery, and it was so exciting that there was like something new and fresh, because when we're locked up in our houses, there's just nothing new going on, right? It's like Groundhog Day every single day. And sometimes something new can really be positive. So thank you, Bonnie. For those of you who just joined, welcome. I wanted to start off tonight. We're going to share something good or positive, something that we're grateful for, something that we're looking forward to, something we accomplished, something that you're proud of, anything that you want to share that's some good news. So does anybody want to volunteer? Cookie?
Okay. Well, in my retirement years here, I started to paint. And I couldn't do anything real. So I did abstract. And I had fun flicking all kinds of things, and I did collage, but I never had any talent. I couldn't even draw a little house as a kid. So I said, you know what? Somebody said to me, you don't need talent. You just have to learn how to do it. So I said, I always wanted to draw a face, and I could never draw a face. They would all look ridiculous. So I took a course online on YouTube. I learned how to draw a face, and I can actually do it. And I'm practicing and practicing. And at least it's my quarantine school. And I'm having a good time. I feel a sense of accomplishment because I'm not cleaning my clothes. So I'm doing this. I'm playing. And that's it.
Awesome. That's great. That's wonderful. Learning a new skill. That's a really good thing to be able to do. Do you have the face that you could show us?
Sure. Hold on.
Let's see the face. Okay. All right. We'll move on and we'll wait for the face. Anybody else want to share something new and good? Sharon Shapiro, it's so good to see you.
Hello, my love. Hi, Shelby.
Hi, Sharon. It's so good to see you. What's going on?
Has been. Go back to the face.
Oh, wait. All right. We go back to the face for a second.
Wow.
That's great. That's beautiful.
Fabulous.
Well done. What?
Great shadow and contour.
Let's see it again.
Oh, you want to
put it up again? That's great. And everybody, if they want to put in a little reaction, we can clap for her. I love using those reactions on the bottom of the screen. If you click reaction, you can get a clap. Oh, Jennifer. Oh, yay. Look at that. So that's great. So let's celebrate something else. Sharon.
Enough. My faces.
So even though I broke my left foot in October and was teaching yoga in a boot, I have been able to, since all of this pandemic stuff, and my daughter was home the first week of March, and her school said don't come back, so she went back the weekend before to get her passport and her textbooks. And this is the most time we've spent together since she was an infant. Like, we're both in the house all the time. But as a yoga instructor, the Yoga Teachers Association has made all of these online trainings count as contact hours and are free. So I am close to having 3 years worth of workshops that I just watched count, and I didn't pay for a thing.
Wow.
Nice. Great.
Amazing. Yay,
So
that's
you know,
good.
that's one thing off my, I gotta do this, I gotta find where to go, what to do, that's done. And people have been asking me to start teaching online.
I've been asking you that. I can
And
attest
I
to that.
did for Wendy Silverman. I don't know if any of you know her.
Yeah.
Sure.
Her husband and his partner do Broadway Cares.
Mm-hmm.
So for all of these unemployed stagehands, actors, Anthony, they were trying to give them things to cheer them up, and people donate so they can watch whatever for free. So I did like a yoga class, but it was so awkward and stiff when I looked at it, even though my cat walked across my mat, because I didn't have faces looking at me. But since then, I have been watching a lot of webinars and Zoom meetings about how this is really the future. So
That's great. So get
I
on board.
I'm
Yeah.
getting more
Comfortable.
comfortable doing it.
That's great. It does take some time to make the adjustment from live in-person things to doing something on a Zoom call, for sure.
If you just came to my house, Jody, I could do it, no problem.
Right. It takes some time. I know. I hate like talking into a camera too. Like when everybody's, you know, you're trying to make videos or whatever, and it's just like you're talking into a light instead of talking to people. And I find that so difficult. So it definitely is
Yeah,
different.
and my
But once
daughter,
you start doing it, I think it, you know, you get better at
my daughter's like, can't we do Pilates? Why do I have to do yoga with you?
it.
I'm like,
Oh boy. Just be grateful that you have yoga. Anybody else? Thank you, Sharon, for sharing that. And that's wonderful. Does anybody else want to share anything good that has happened or that they're grateful for before we get started?
I'll share. I'm feeling extra excited about Wednesdays because, well, I was supposed to be a part of a live summer moms to be group on the Upper East Side, and now it's taking place via Zoom. But I, you know, before the first session, I said to my husband Michael, I'm like, oh honey, this so isn't worth it. I don't think I should do this. What's the point of meeting new moms via Zoom? And I went to the class and it just was so great. Like we really connected over Zoom. We're now on a group chat, and it feels like a whole new outlet of women who are kind of experiencing the same thing that I'm going through. So that's cool.
That's awesome. That's
great.
great.
Yeah.
I know that a lot of people have had resistance to Zoom, you know, being myself transitioning my in-person groups to Zoom groups. I definitely had a lot of resistance toward that, right? Because it's not the same and it's not the same. And I get that. But there definitely is something about being in community. Like I know that my spirits have just lifted seeing all your faces. And even though you're not here with me in my bed, you know, it's great to just see everybody and, you know, come together as a community. So on that note, thank you all for being here and showing up to meditate. And if there's no one else that wants to share, we're going to get started.
I'll share.
Okay. All right, Larissa.
Nope, it's Karen.
Oh.
Three
Oh,
very
no,
quick-
this
Oh,
is
well,
Larissa. Yes, I do want to share.
Okay. All right. Larissa and then Karen. Oh,
Okay.
Karen raised her hand. Okay. I didn't see
Yeah.
that. All right. So Larissa and then iPad 3.
Talking about Zoom, I've been Zooming with my cousins who spread all over the world. I have cousins in London, in Israel, in Moscow, all over this country. And we've been getting together every week now. And it's so wonderful. There are 8 of us, and we haven't seen each other in years.
Yeah.
The same thing happened with my Mahjong group. We finally figured out how to play Mahjong online, and it's been great. I know people are resistant to Zoom, but what would we do without it? If we Zoom
Yeah. Right. Like,
everything
thank
these days.
God, right? Grateful that we have it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. That is wonderful. And some of the things that are going to come from this, will be great, that we can really meet in, people that you haven't seen in so long can come together, and now people are familiar with this. So it's a wonderful thing. Okay. Oh, thank you for giving reactions. I love the reactions. Karen.
Okay, so just two quick things.
Okay.
Yesterday, I had my first Zoom business meeting, so that worked.
That's great.
And tonight, I have my daughter here doing Namaste in bed with me.
Oh, that's so
Molly.
wonderful. Hi, Molly.
Yeah.
That's great. That's
Yes.
great. And you guys are all welcome to bring your kids to the Namaste in bed. It's so funny. I said to my son, Brian, do you want to do the Namaste in bed? You can, my 18-year-old son, do you want to do it from your room? He's like, no, I don't think so, Mom. I don't want to be on the phone with like 30, 40 and 50-year-olds or whatever doing meditation. But I'm glad Molly's here. That's wonderful. Cookie, did you want to say something?
Yes,
Want to do it tomorrow?
I had a surprise anniversary party this
honey.
week on Zoom, which was very nice. My daughter surprised my husband and myself with all the grandchildren and everybody on one call. And it was really
Oh, that's so nice. You must have an amazing daughter.
amazing, amazing, very special.
You really must. That daughter, so thoughtful. For those of you who don't know, that's my mom. So, so I planned that. It was fun. So if you guys want to plan a surprise Zoom party, I'll just give you my tips. So basically, I told her that we were going to be on Zoom at 5 o'clock. And then I told everybody else to jump on at like 5:10. So we were doing just a regular call. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh my God, we're being Zoom bombed. Who's coming? Who's here? And like slowly all like the extended family came on, and they didn't know what was happening. And it was really kind of cute. So I suggest that if you want to do a surprise Zoom party, we can really get creative with this stuff. All right. Well, if nobody else wants to share, I'm going to get into the meditation because I know a lot of you came to meditate. And then I'm going to, I see you, Sharon, 1 second. And then I'm going to stay on afterwards if anybody wants to share more. Sharon, did you want to say something?
Well, I had initially formed a yoga group in the fall that has Meryl Richmond and Nancy and a bunch of different people that Shelby and you probably know. And we met, and it was to be a monthly, like, let's dive into what yoga means to us. And then this happened, but we transitioned into doing a Zoom meeting, and I send out every single day just one little text of a cartoon or something that relates to, how to survive this, how to, find
lovely.
joy in, really just having the privilege of being home. And as much as I feel awful for my daughter that her first college experience was cut short, um, it's been a really good experience where we're still all connecting virtually.
Mm-hmm.
And even though there's social distancing, that does not mean there's emotional disconnection. And I have found that I've been talking to cousins I never talked to for like 2 years. And it's really an opportunity to, read the book you never had time to read, or call the person that you never seem to have time to call, and to just see where the positive outcomes are.
Yeah.
Like, do I want to continue this conversation? One of my biggest struggles is a very good friend of mine lives in Florida, and I can't get to her. And, I
Talk already,
talk
geez.
to her, and there are things like that where my daughter and I can connect because her roommate lives in Missouri. So I think it's an opportunity not just to clean out closets and spring clean and
Yeah.
do all of that, but to
Connect with others.
extend yourself to people that maybe you've lost touch with, that you can start by just a text and then maybe a FaceTime, and see if you can reconnect with people who have been important in your life at a certain time in your life, and just see if that connection's still there. And I found that to be a really positive experience.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. It absolutely is a great time to reconnect. And it has a lot of positive, we're reframing here and thinking about the positives. So thank you so much. So let's get started. I'm going to mute everybody. Mute all. Okay. Continue. And we're going to start the meditation. And what we're going to do is just relax. You can get in, if you're in bed, you can lie down, you can sit up, you can do whatever you're comfortable doing. And we're going to do a simple awareness of breath with a little bit of a body scan today. So you can close your eyes and we're going to get started. And you can pop off your camera if you would like as well. You can just put the stop video. And just start to breathe, feeling your breath. You can put your hand on your belly if that's comfortable for you. And just feel your breath going up and down on the inhale and the exhale. Just notice what it's like to quiet your mind. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. We're just simply being in this moment, connecting to ourselves and connecting to our breath. So we're going to start with your feet and your toes, just doing a quick body scan, paying attention to your feet, maybe noticing the temperature, feeling the connection. Maybe you have no socks on, or maybe you have socks on. Just feeling what is already there. Maybe you're noticing some tingling in your feet. Not trying to change anything, just noticing what's there. And then going up to your legs, your lower leg, your knees, your upper legs, feeling the connection with the bed or the couch or the chair, and letting your legs completely relax. Now going upward toward your buttocks, your hips, your abdomen, letting that belly be loose. We're so used to sucking in our bellies. We're just letting it be relaxed. I think I mentioned on the last call that you always have this belly breathing to go to in times of stress. If your belly is relaxed, your whole body is relaxed. So simply just breathe into your belly whenever you're feeling stressed, and it will immediately relax your body. So moving up now to your chest, your back, lower back, mid back, upper back, shoulders, neck, and face, relaxing all of the muscles in your face. And making sure your jaw is slightly parted, because we tend to clench. And this is a great exercise to do before you go to sleep. Just going slowly up your body, paying attention to each body part and making sure you're fully relaxed. And then taking your whole body into your awareness. And relaxing it all. And you're going to notice that your mind is wandering. And that's okay, because that's what the mind does. And as soon as you notice your mind wandering, go back to your breath. And the mind is going to wander again. And that's okay. Just come back gently. And feel the rhythm of your breath. Noticing what it's like to be here right now. Paying attention to the rhythm of your breath. Checking in with any sensations in your body. Noticing what's already there without trying to change anything. Being with whatever is coming up for you. Allowing room for all of it. Remembering that emotions are just temporary. They will come and go. Remembering that your worst days are only 24 hours. So as you lie here, take a moment to be kind to yourself, to know that you are doing the best you can in a very difficult situation. And giving yourself some love and kindness and gentleness. And it's okay if you didn't accomplish everything you wanted to. And it's okay if you lost it on your kids today. We are all struggling in some way, doing the best we can. And while tomorrow will be relatively similar, it is a new day. I'm going to read you a little quote that I read to my group on Tuesday from an op-ed by Madeleine Albright that was in the New York Times last week. When asked my outlook on life and world affairs, I reply that I am an optimist who worries a lot. These are not the best of times, but we have seen worse. It might do well for us to view these abnormal days as an opportunity to ask more of ourselves, to reflect on our relations with one another, and think critically about improving the social, economic, and political structures that shape our lives. We can draw inspiration from those who have surmounted high obstacles in the past, and vow to make the new normal that we aim to bring about better, more just, and more secure than the old. We are really living through history. So just continue to breathe, relax, taking this time for yourself. Being kind to yourself. And now generating some kindness and compassion for others. Maybe you want to think about somebody in particular who is suffering right now, and just send them some healing and love and kindness. Being alone with our thoughts can be really scary. So, taking this time to actually train the mind to come back to the breath is a worthy cause. We don't really learn in school how to manage our minds. So, learning how to do that, taming that wild horse, is really effective, especially in times of crisis. And suffering. So, I want to end this meditation tonight by going back to our theme, and in your own mind, coming up with something that you truly are grateful for, or one positive thing that you've accomplished, or that you're excited about, whatever that is. Some of you have shared some really wonderful things. So just go in now and think about your own wonderful thing. And this practice of gratitude and focusing on the good will help retrain your brain to be looking for the positives instead of the negativity that our brains typically have, that negativity bias. We're always sort of looking for the negative because, from an evolutionary perspective, we want to protect ourselves. So we have to override that negativity bias and retrain our brains for the positive. Taking one more moment, and when you hear the sound of the bell, you can slowly open your eyes. When you're ready. And if you'd like to pop your camera back on, I'd love to see your faces again. So for those of you who want to stay in this meditative zone, I will say goodbye to you and you're free to pop off. But for those of you who want to hang out with me for a little while and just share whatever you want to share, I'm here for you. And I would love to hear from you. But before you do go, do you guys want to continue this next week? I'm just wondering, this was the last one in the series. If you do want to continue, give me a thumbs up or something in the chat, because I'm happy to continue it because I love it and I love seeing everyone. Okay, so I see a couple thumbs up. Okay, great. So please continue. Okay, so I will continue the Namaste in Bed series. That's great. Thank you guys. I'm so grateful that you're here. Okay, does anybody want to share? I'm going to unmute you guys. So goodbye to those of you who want to just go relax, and for anyone who wants to connect with other people and share your experiences, I'm here. I'm going to unmute you all because I feel like I'm talking into a vacuum. So if you want to unmute yourself, share something. I didn't even get to say hello to everybody that was here. Anyone? Hi, Dale. It's good to see you.
Say
How
hi.
are you? Do you want to share something?
Sure. Okay. Jody and I met at an event months ago, and I've been on your email, and I wanted to come to this and haven't had an opportunity, so I'm happy to have finally made it.
Yay.
So thank you.
Good to see you.
Yeah, you too. I just, in terms of Zoom, I'm on Zoom, I feel like all day long, but I was on 2 virtual events. One